it's definitely Dyer Lane is definitely a legend. So many things happen there. In fact, we actually did an investigation um, on the episode called Nightmare in Antelope, which is about a mile and a half to Dyer Lane, and at a private residence. And Ghost Adventures went to the Antelope House, which was a private home, and there was a demonic presence there. They tried to go over to Dyer Lane, but the county refused it. They didn't want it on national TV. So yeah, Ghost Adventures almost did Dyer Lane. And then also too, that one guy that he was talking about, Nikolai Soltis, who was a Ukrainian, he killed 7 family members, and one of the members was his pregnant wife. So he killed the wife and the fetus inside of her. He killed the aunt, uncle, 2 cousins, and his 3-year-old son, and took his 3-year-old son to Dyer Lane and dumped the body. That was horrific. I mean, Dyer Lane does have some horrible, horrible history. And that poor,
he died in 2002.
yeah. And then that poor girl, Janet Mejia, or something like that. In 2017, she was a college student, and she was killed by her roommate, and he took her body and dumped it at Dyer Lane. Yeah, and the place is so secluded. I mean, if the mafia, the West Coast Mafia, was still around, they would probably dump their bodies at Dyer Lane, because it was a great place to hide a body. And
I'm reading a bit about this Nikolai Soltis guy. He came from a very religious background, actually.
Yeah. What was he, a Christian or Orthodox?
Yeah, he was a Pentecostal.
Okay.
Interesting. Anyway.
And then also too, the Witches' Coven. I think there was like 6 witches, and this happened in the 1930s, and they were actually called Morrigan's Coven. And Morrigan is a Irish warrior goddess, and she represented war and death. Some of the stories that happened at Dyer Lane, it all seems to connect to those witches, because supposedly they were beaten up, they were killed, whatever. And they said that also too, there was a warlock, and he actually was intimate with all 6 witches, and whoever he planted his seed into, she would have the power of Morrigan. So that's what the story is. So yeah, there's just one story. And also too, people claim that they see red eyes that glow in the dark. So when they're out there, they see these red eyes looking at them. And there's even been reports of UFO activity over there. So there's just one story after another over at Dyer Lane. And what really upsets me is those animal mutilations that they find over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's terrible. Poor animals. Yeah, and then the goat, he got decapitated. I mean, that definitely seems ritual.
How far is that Dyer Lane from you, actually, without giving away your location? But
okay, yeah, about 45 minutes. So yeah,
so
Yeah,
So you can literally just get in the car and investigate there any night you want, really, right?
yeah, but there's too many crazy people there now. You
Oh,
have
there are all these like why? There's like there's like a heavy criminal element there.
it's a lot of high school kids looking for a thrill, so they go
Yeah.
to Dyer Lane. They party out there. They bring their liquor, and they look for ghosts while they're drunk. You know, so
Yeah.
and a lot of times there's fights out there. So while they're out there partying, having a good time, um, I've heard reports where people, when they're driving down Dyer Lane, there'll be some drunk high school kids throwing beer bottles at them.
Oh man.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, it's not a good place to go to.
How long of a stretch is it?
I would say 3 miles.
3 miles. That's it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, 3 mile stretch.
And the
But
land surrounding it, that's all public land, or is that like private property? Like
private property.
fields?
They have some cows out there, and the cows crack me up because as soon as the cows spot you, they'll follow you. But they're fenced in. But if you're walking, let's say to your right, they'll actually follow you. And then if you walk to the left, they're following you to the left. Yeah, they're
So
funny.
you got some friendly cows.
Yeah, they're very friendly. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. And then also too, the reports about UFOs. People are saying that they see lights out in the fields. So I don't know about that. I haven't had a chance to go over there and check it out.
I guess every state's got that one super creepy highway. I mean, growing up in New Jersey, they always had a bunch that were like that were just secluded. You know, drunk high school kids would come out there, have all these rumors and stories and paranormal encounters and experiences and urban legends.
Donnie, you're from New Jersey, right?
Yeah.
Okay, did you ever go to the Pine Barrens?
Only once on a field trip as a little kid.
Oh, okay. And you didn't run into the Jersey Devil?
No, I remember they talked about it in the trip there. That was part of the big. That was the big